Hi and welcome to the Outquisitions podcast, where we spotlight industry leaders redefining success. The goal of each episode of the podcast is to uncover their stories, their strategies, and insights to inspire, inform, and really elevate your own journey. So let's dive into today's conversation with yet another super inspiring guest. If you want to listen to a really interesting talk, then stay tuned. So, Nemanja, thank you for coming to the podcast. To kick things off, could you please present yourself and give us an overview of your company, of what you do?
Thank you for the invitation. My name is Nemanja. Can be a bit tricky to pronounce it, but you are really well in that. So I'm running a consulting agency called Growit Agile, where we are focusing on implementing agile way of working or agile way of thinking inside bigger corporations. We are working with banking industry a lot, with healthcare industry a lot, tobacco and FMCG like in small percentage. And like the smallest percentage of the industries is IT, because a lot of people or companies are equaling agile means equally IT industry. Yeah, you are developers. No. We are not developers. We are agile consultants who are helping you as a company to transform in variety of terms. Majority of the companies wants like to produce faster something that they are building, either service or the product, or they want to find innovative ways how to find new revenue streams, and then what they should do like next, or someone wants to increase sales or to have a better organization inside their company, or to have more satisfied internal employees or external customers. So all of those goals we can cover with our services. It's 20 of us, full-time employees. So we are based in Serbia, Belgrade, but we are working across the globe with a lot of countries. So like majority of the clients are outside of Balkans area, actually. So with three main services, assessment, education, and implementation. Assessment is like the first step in that journey with us, where we are assessing the current situation in your company, either on the whole company level or just one department or just one team, depends what you want to achieve. From the assessment, we are going into education, so trainings, academies, boot camps, whatever is needed to level up the current knowledge for certain topic. Can be soft skill, can be really hard skill and domain expertise for that company. Then third step, most important but most complex and most difficult one, it's implementation, where we are jumping into your shoes, in your company, on your project. Everything that we have assessed and educated during the trainings, we are helping you to implement that like day to day. We are 2, 3, sometimes 4 times per week, 4 days per week, working with you on a current and concrete projects. This is like basically in a nutshell. Then we can go deep dive on whatever topic you like.
Yeah. So what motivated you to start the company? What was the vision for Nemanja at the start?
It was almost 8 years ago. Until that time, I used to work in startup, in agency, in NGO, and in big corporation. And what I learned during that time, I knew that if I start something new or something on my own, it will be a bit different from anyone else, because I wanted to create something where everyone inside my company will feel appreciated, well paid, and to be motivated to work, and not to have like, oh, it's another Monday. No, it's another Monday. Let's work. So This was like first idea, like internal one, but external one, I wanted to create a program and organization who can help those companies to reach their full potential, to be better than themselves, to be better version of themselves. This is like external motivation why we wanted to do, because we knew that we know what we are doing, we know how to do that, and we believed in ourselves that the knowledge that we have can help companies a lot. And that like 8 years from that point, it's success in variety of terms. companies are liking us. They like our service. They are willing to pay like more than to others. That means that our service is really, really good and premium, and they can achieve results like really fast with us. So this is like success criteria for us.
Yeah. So how do you differentiate yourself from competitors within your market?
Yeah, I think that the third step that I mentioned, implementation, where we are jumping in, I will say, into the mud, like on the most complex project and topics, where everyone else or majority of our competitors are like only into that education phase. They're giving a training and that's it. We are moving forward. And we are like, okay, we will give you a training, but then we will implement all of those learnings on the project from that training. And that's complex, that's hard. That's the reason why majority of them are not jumping into implementation, because the results depends on you, and you will suffer. You will feel the heat. You will feel the risk jumping into the project, because now everyone looks at you and you have a spotlight on yourself. And those situations are where we are tried, and we like to have them more. I think that's the biggest differentiator for us from the others.
Right. So what's the benefit of working with this agile mindset that you can provide? What's the benefit for a business owner?
First one, to have to shift to the from one mindset to another in terms of how to react faster, how to see what the change is coming up into our company, and how to navigate the change, to have a system how to better organize people without too much stress, how to look at the people as from the empathy point of view, not through the Excel sheet and the numbers, how to establish a newer, more sexy, hot business processes who can help you to produce more of that what you're producing right now. In terms, you have a bigger revenue at the end of the year. What else can be benefit? Benefit can be internal employees will be more motivated to work in that company, because now you are valuing them more, because the system that we are establishing puts people in the first place, and people appreciate that, and they want to work harder for some North Star goal that we are establishing with the company. So this is like a couple of them.
Yeah, right. And who do you sell to within companies? Are you targeting the top leaders within companies, or more
depends,
HR?
Like majority of them are like upper management, I would say. Higher management can be top management, but also someone with high function below top management. HRs and HR business development people, learning and development people contacting us a lot to start with the trainings. Then we are moving forward to implementation. And these days, a lot of so-called innovation managers or transformation managers are contacting us, because they have a role to transform company internally. They cannot do that alone, and they need support from external partner, and we are jumping into that role. So, but nevertheless, whoever contacting us, we need to have a buy-in from top management, because transformation in the company, especially bigger companies, cannot be done without top management who will say yes to certain things or no to certain things.
Right. And you've mentioned that you are global, right? So you have clients in Europe, in Italy, for example, Romania, but also in the US. So within the next, let's say, 12 months, is it in the plans to get more involved in some of those, US markets, Canada as well?
Hopefully, because we have really big names in our portfolio. If I can mention some of them, that you can feel the sense that you're working inside banking industry. We're working with Raiffeisen Bank a lot for 9 markets, working with Erste Group, UniCredit Group, With tobacco, we're working with BAT, British American Tobacco, Japan Tobacco International. And with FMCG, we are actually the global supplier for agile topics for Coca-Cola company. And that's the only client in Coca-Cola actually in Atlanta. And we are hoping that names can help us to spread the word across other industries in America, but also in Europe. We're not just sticking to America. Europe is also fine. Why not?
Yeah, right. So what are the trends that you are currently seeing in the markets within your specific industry, right?
Yeah, took a couple of them maybe. From banking point of view, because we're working a lot with banks, I can see that a lot of banks are, quote unquote, afraid of new players on the market. We call them neobanks, like Revolut, right? Like similar, only fully digital banks. You have just application, that's it. And on the contrary side, you have big brick and mortar banks with thousands of branches.
Right.
And they're afraid of those smaller, more faster, more agile players, and they're looking how to find an angle to compete with those players. But this trends I can see from banking point of view, they're searching for interesting ways how can attract younger audience in order to be alive in next 5 to 10 years. Then from healthcare point of view, for example, I didn't mention that we're working with AstraZeneca, with Roche, with Novartis. Right. They are searching for innovative ways how to be faster, how to be faster and to be closer to the patients, in order to see what is hindering them and how to help them with certain diagnosis or medicines or whatever. So they have a long way from ideation to the real customer who will try the drug from them, and we're helping them to narrow to decrease that gap, that they can faster help someone. It's really like, for me, that's really motivating, because you're helping like someone who is suffering from some disease, unfortunately. Yeah. And with better way of mindset, we are helping it to be faster to that. Or I'll now switch back to my industry and my consulting industry in Agile. But we can see the trends are like more and more people are switching from we're just giving trainings, 1 day or 2 day training, to giving 1-2 day training plus implementation and mentorship after that. Because we can give perfect training, everyone will be motivated. Oh, awesome training. Then what? We need someone who will help us, like a trainer in the gym, who will help us to shape the body. Then we need someone from that training, some trainer or coach who will help us to shape our body in terms of agile. So I can see the big shift from that point of view.
Right. And how, so for example, AstraZeneca that you've mentioned, how would you help them implement that mindset? Does it come with some workshops? That's the main mechanism.
Yeah. Everything starting with assessment. Yeah. So in assessment phase, we are trying to figure out how they are doing, which roles they are having, responsibilities for those roles, who is communicating with whom, in which channels, to see where is the bottleneck, to see where they are slow, to see the pain points where we will touch and they will say, oh, it's hurting us. So we need to find those points and try one by one to help them. In which terms? We will work like 2, 3, 4 times per week with certain team on certain workshops. Okay, let's map all the roles that you have. Okay, you are working this way. You need to change this to this way, but not just telling them, but designing them how that new role should look like, how the process should look like, how they should plan, how they should communicate on their meetings, how they should deliver, how they should writing notes or whatever, or documents. So we will deep dive in certain topics in order to test something, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, depending on the industry. After testing phase, you will say, okay, this and this is working for you. These are not working. Okay, what is working good? Let's scale it to 10 times in your company. And then we will follow up with some scaling model that we have behind. So this is usually how it works. A lot of workshops, a lot of hands-on approach where we will be augmented into certain teams, like their quote-unquote employees, but like externals, and working on concrete processes, how we can help them to reduce the friction, to organize them better, to create a more flawless communication inside those teams.
Okay. Interesting. And how do you leverage AI? If you do leverage AI, but I guess so, like everyone.
Sure. I must be honest here. I'm not following the trend right now.
Yeah.
Maybe I was 0.0001 in a planet right now that is not following like fully. But we are using it like daily, but just for better brainstorming between myself, for example, or to write better documents, or to be more productive in day-to-day repetitive work. But I'm not leveraging it like help me create a better strategy for AstraZeneca, how they can leverage XYZ. We are not there yet, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, I had someone in the podcast that was telling me how AI is shaping the future of business and leaders like yourself, for example. And he's the expert when it comes to AI. And he told me that basically AI is a great tool, not yet to create the whole strategy, like you've mentioned, like from A to Z, but it's mostly to get the ball running, right? Get the ball rolling.
That's so white paper problem.
Yeah, exactly.
White paper, yeah.
To solve the white paper issue, for example. And it seems like this is exactly how you use it, right? Like at the beginning of some.
Yeah, but I'm always like, it's like I'm in the beginning phase. I need to do that more and more. These days we are talking about how to leveraging AI in a second phase, for example. Right. How can use AI models to help us to see more. Maybe we have a blind spot or something, and we try to use AI to move forward. But we'll see. We still don't have a concrete solution from AI standpoint.
Yeah, I guess in 12 months from now, we're gonna have some.
No, it will change something. Yeah,
sure. Definitely. Great, Nemanja. Anyone wanting to get in touch with you, open up a conversation, how can they have a call with you?
Growitagile.com. There's a contact page over there, or my name, Nemanja Čedomirović. It's a bit tricky, but if you see it on the screen, you can Google it, LinkedIn, you can find me there, or Nemanja at growit.tech, email address, you can ping me there.
Sweet. Nemanja, thank you for the time. It was great.
Yeah, thank you so much.